Sure, someone saying that they don't want you does not make them a bad guy. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Mel. To the new and returning subscribers, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's lovely to see you as always. For those who just got here, feel free to look around, check out the videos on the channel, and if you like what you see, click the subscribe button below and join the family. In today's video, we are going to be talking about something which I personally feel is not discussed enough in the dating world, and that is freeing people that we do not want. Okay, so before I get ahead of myself, I want to put it out there that I am pro-dating. However, it's imperative for us to understand how much dating has evolved over the past decade or so. Not only because of technology, the advent of social media and dating applications, but more so in the way that the lines that define what a relationship is or can be have become blurred. This blurring of the lines is not necessarily a bad thing, because now you're able to get to know someone at your own pace, spend time with them socially, and find out if they're a good fit, if they're the sort of romantic partner that you're looking for before you make a huge commitment to them. Well, things have changed since the early 2000s, I'd say. And dating as we know it today in 2020, it's acceptable to talk to multiple people at the same time whilst you're trying to make up your mind about who you actually want to get into a relationship with. Communication is the cornerstone to drama-free dating. I cannot emphasize that enough. Unfortunately, a lot of people are poor communicators and really struggle with expressing their needs and their expectations to another person. Which brings us to our topic of today about collectors. What is a collector? This is a term that I have coined to refer to people who cannot free the people that they don't want. Mind you, this is not a new concept. It's been happening since time immemorial. So a collector is the sort of person who keeps their hooks in someone when they know very well that they have got no intentions of taking things to the next level with them. People who string other people along are collectors. And this pattern of behavior is usually characterized by low self-esteem. They don't really want you, but they want you to want them. It boosts their egos and gives them a false sense of security, knowing that they've got all these people they've collected who at a push of a button or the sending of a text can come and stroke their really fragile egos. So collecting is a prime example of being a bad dater. Let me give you a quick analogy about what a good dater does. Okay, let's think of our dater as a person who is in the market for a property. So what happens when someone is looking for a new home, they're looking for a house? They will view multiple properties. Some they will reject right on site because maybe it's not within their budget, or it's not within the prime location that they want, or the house is not aesthetically pleasing to them or doesn't suit their lifestyle. So they will go and view their property and be like, no thank you. While some properties they'll view them more than once. They'll go back, take a look, go back again, maybe take another look, because they're still torn and on the fence trying to decide if they really want that property, if they're willing to compromise that there's no fireplace, there's no swimming pool, or something. But when they do make a decision, the good daters, they will pull out all the stops to begin the acquisition process. Call the bank, get the mortgage started, sign papers with the lawyers. And what happens is that once a decision has been made by a buyer that they're going to go for a certain property, all the other properties fall on the wayside. So they will tell the other estate agents they've been dealing with of the properties that they viewed more than once or twice and we're on the fence about that. You know what, I've found a property I like. I'm no longer interested in your property. Thank you for your consideration, right? Because no one wants to waste anyone's time by reserving a property that they know that they're not going to buy eventually. So it baffles me that if we're so courteous in business, why can we not extend the same courtesy in our private lives? It is selfish and cruel to hold on to exes, to old flames, to love interests, to entanglements, to people we've had sex with, people we have taken on a few dates when we know that we do not want them. We need to start normalizing freeing people, releasing them to go out and find love that we ourselves are not willing to give them, but they deserve. There is nothing to be gained by holding on to people unnecessarily. It just muddies the water and creates a very vicious cycle where you have hooked certain people and they probably have other people hooked who also have other people hooked. So at the end, we become this chain of disenchanted people who view other people as things to cushion our egos instead of prospective people to build good connections with. So if I'm talking to you and you're a collector, you need to step up and have honest conversations with those people you have hooked, those people you have collected, but you know you don't want. Because let's be honest, karma is a bitch and it will end in tears for you. I know someone can argue and say that, you know, the people that they're dealing with are okay with the situation. They're fine with being on the back burner and being a low priority. But come on, really? It's not a sustainable setup. Because when we like someone, and I mean really like someone, we don't want just a sniff of them, a lick of them, a crumb. We want all of them. And sooner than later, that person's going to realize that I need more than the 10% this person is giving me. And that is drama recipe number 1. I repeat, it will end in tears. Okay, so let's say the shoe is on the other foot. You're not collecting, you've been collected. What should you do about it? Well, you could speak up and tell the other person that you don't like being low priority, that you don't like feeling like a pony in their stable. But let's be candid for a second. If you're not numero uno and you're option 2, 3, 4 up to the number n, what are the odds that this person's going to care about what you think? They may butter you up to keep you hooked, but chances are there will be no changed behavior. I've said this in a previous video. We are the rule and not the exception. And the rule is that if you're on the back burner, you're going to either be left simmering on the back hob or you're going to get switched off. There will be no bump up, no upgrade. So do yourself a favor and bow out. So in closing, let us not use other people as crutches. Let us not use other people as fodder to feed our fragile egos. It is cruel and it's unfair. In dating, by all means, shop around. But if you know that you have no intentions of making a purchase, let the other person know. No harm, no foul. Normalize releasing people back into the dating pool. Just don't hold on to people. Someone is waiting for that guy, that girl you don't want. And you're busy holding on to them like you own them. If you have been freed or released, accept it and see it as a kindness. This other person had the guts to tell you a difficult truth for your own benefit. It beats being ghosted or zombied. Trust and believe. And being rejected doesn't mean that you're not lovely or lovable. It has no bearing on your worth. It simply means in this context that you were not what they were looking for. Dieter von Teese did say, you can be the ripest, juiciest peach in the world, and somebody is still going to hate peaches. It's still fine. Peaches. Lastly, we need to stop this thing of villainizing people who reject us. Sure, someone saying that they don't want you does not make them a bad guy. We can only cast them in that role of Satan Jr. when they've strung us along. But if they have been honest and upfront with you, come on. All right, let me stop here. Let me stop here for today. We have come to the end of our video. If you enjoyed the video, remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to switch on the notification bell below so that every time I post, ping, you're the first to know. Until next time, Masare Mnyasha.